Alrighty. Would you say one of the better efforts in the last couple of weeks, top to bottom?
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty complete effort for each period and then all facets of the game. You know, as far as 5-on-5 and then both sets of special teams are pretty solid.
Yeah, obviously 2 power play goals. Would you say that that's power play is something that's been sort of a bit of a sticking point the last couple of weeks, and it was certainly pretty good tonight? Is that accurate? You think?
I think really both special teams were something that needed to get better over the course of the last couple of games, and you know tonight I think both sides did. It wasn't just the power play. The penalty kill did a good job, and credit to both units.
And you had some D who were, you know, like you said, playing maybe more minutes in different situations.
Yeah.
Like Mormine on the power play, for example.
Yeah, and you know what it was? It was their second game. You used to, and they kind of got thrown in the first game against Norfolk, but really not a lot of preparation or practice time. So I think tonight they were more prepared to be able to play how they needed to play and then where they needed to play.
Did you think this was an important kind of bounce back game for Brad? He's lost a few in a row. Then he gives up a goal early.
Yeah, I think it was, you know, not only Brad, just, you know, and particularly for the team, just in the way that we played. And I think that's the most important thing for us right now at this point is how we played. And to me, the best part about tonight was that we had a complete effort and we played the right way, and that ended in a good result. But that's what we needed to get back to was a team identity, some fundamentals, and some habits, and have everybody going in the right direction.
I wonder if you could talk about how you thought you responded to that goal, going down 1-0 as a team.
Very well. You know, it was very early in the game. You know, I think the guys felt that they were. You know, it was only 4 minutes in, but we had been playing well, and there was a good positive energy on the bench. And anytime you give up one that early, you know, there's plenty of hockey left.
Sure. The Nico release. What's the reasoning behind that?
Just a situation, yeah, he's, I think he's looking at different options in his career, and it was great on both parties. You know, we really appreciated what he did, and I think he appreciated the opportunity. But it's just a situation where I think he's trying to figure out where he's going to be able to go long term at this point in his career.
Did you talk at all about an AHL deal, or were you guys more offering another PTO?
Yeah, we talked about really every option, but none of them really worked out well for both parties. But it was definitely a situation where he helped us win some games, and he was a great leader for the younger guys, and he was a tremendous influence on the players, which we appreciate.
Would you say this is a chance for some more ice time for kids like Rust and Chanel, for example?
Yeah.
Or do you think, are you going to be on the lookout for another veteran guy?
No, I think we want to see what the guys can do. We think we have a good group, and it's still competitive to play, but it's also a situation where guys are going to be able to play in opportunities and keep the competition that we have going, just in a different way.
Did you, other than the necessitated player changes, did you change much on defense or on power play in particular?
No, we didn't really change much. I mean, we worked on a couple things, but it came down to just execution and habits. It wasn't so much of a game plan, but it was having the right habits that we want to play with and the right mindset we want to play with, and that's what we had tonight.
Do you think you saw a lot out of Tangradi tonight? Compared to
yes, I mean he was a thorough player tonight. He won his 50-50 battles. He was physical. He made smart plays when it was the time to make a skilled player play in that situation. He made the right decisions, and then when it was time to be hard and get pucks in and go to work, it was good. So he was thorough.
Was this the biggest impact you think Grant's made in a game for you?
Yeah, I thought he had a good night. He was obviously he was pretty effective on the power play, was getting a shot through, and he's another guy where he's been practicing a lot, hasn't had a lot of game time or repetitive games, and that was a situation where he had his opportunity on Wednesday. So part of development is you got to get into games, and then you got to have some feedback from where the game was. So we had a lot of feedback from Tuesday night, and we had a couple days to work on it and meet with players, and I think tonight. Like I said, I thought the team was more prepared with a different lineup, but guys are more prepared to play in the situations they're going to be asked to play in.
Works for me.